So, here we are again. This is an indoor mini version of the
History Files.
And everybody loves a mystery, and that's what we're going to talk about here. Mary, you're related to the Jelens, right?
Yes. My grandmother Elstead was a Jelen from home.
Okay. But do you know what her father's name was?
Not off the top of my head.
Well, what we're going to talk about today is a man by the name of Edward Jelen.
Okay.
And he disappeared.
Like, what do you mean disappeared?
In 1918, he disappeared.
Oh, okay, 1918.
Yeah, it was a while ago, but it was a really interesting story. And I first started reading about it on Facebook when Vitus Campi has his Salesians of Trempealeau County page, which is very interesting.
Yes.
And he had articles in there about Edward Jelen. And he was 70 years old, and in October 1918, he disappeared. Now, he had been born in Poland and had come to the United States. And his first wife was Mary Rumpel from home.
Okay.
She died in 1873, and I think they had 8 children.
Okay.
Well, in 1900, he remarried. He remarried a lady by the name of Victoria Fila.
Okay.
And she had a son that he adopted. And Edward and his wife, Victoria, they were living on a little 10-acre plot right outside of Independence, it said. And they said that everything seemed to be all happy and copacetic, and they didn't have any big problems or anything. And that one afternoon, the wife, Victoria, went out to visit some other ladies. And when she got back, he wasn't there, and there wasn't a note or anything. But she didn't get too worried. Maybe he'd gone uptown or something.
Right.
Yeah. But he didn't come back all night.
Oh.
So then they started looking for him, and they started looking around the county, and some of his kids and his stepson, who I think the name was Paul Fila, they went looking for him. Well, they heard different reports. There were some people that were out working. They were like section hands working on the railroad.
Okay.
And they said, well, they thought that they had seen him, like the day before.
Right.
And, but that was never really
confirmed or what have you?
Well, yeah, you don't know.
Huh.
And then there was another person that thought they saw him down at Marshland. You know where that is, on the way to Winona?
Oh, okay, yeah.
That there was an elderly man that they had seen walking, and then everybody thought, well, maybe he was going to Winona to visit relatives or something.
Okay.
But so they went looking for him in Winona, and they never found him. And then there was a report that he might have been seen down in Trempealeau at the Trempealeau depot.
Okay. Hopping a train.
But he was 70 years old. I can't imagine he was going to hop on a boxcar or something and leave. But that was never confirmed either. They couldn't figure out what happened.
He just fell off the planet.
Yeah. So if he was 70 years old and he went out walking, and this was like later in the day, where was he all night? And
how far did he make it?
How far did he go? What happened there? It isn't like some young guy that they thought maybe ran away with his girlfriend or something.
Right. Oh, wow.
This was an older gentleman, very settled and well-known in the community.
And he just goes poof.
They couldn't find him. And they put out they said that his stepson, his stepson was Peter Fila, and his son, Paul Jelen, and this grandson, who was a Machosic.
Okay.
The 3 of them went to Winona and really combed the town looking for him, and didn't have any luck. Nobody had seen him. Nobody.
Well, you even wonder if they would have a picture to show.
Well, there was a picture. Yeah.
Oh, okay. So they circulated a picture.
Yeah, and I'm sure they had a good description of him, but they couldn't find him. And nobody saw him, so finally they offered a reward to find him. $50 now.
And that's big money in
That
the day.
was. I mean, nowadays, like $50, they didn't care about him, but that's not true because back then that was a lot of money,
Yeah,
really.
yeah.
And they said it was his wife, Victoria, that offered it because I guess she was having a terrible time, dealing with the disappearance.
Well, there's so much unknown if somebody just disappears.
That's it. You don't know what happened to him. That's awful.
Oh, man.
Not knowing like that. And nobody ever found him, so nobody ever got the reward or anything.
Okay.
And his wife, she died in 1950, so, she went on, but in all that time, they never saw him again.
Wow. You wonder what happened.
Yeah.
I mean, in those days, I'm sure we had a little more wildlife than what we have.
Oh, no, do you think something ate him?
Well, Nancy,
Terrible.
Maybe he fell off a rock outcropping and broke his leg and the
Oh, no.
coyotes got him. Or the panthers or the mountain lions. You never
Yeah.
know.
And now these people, someone said they thought they saw him by marshland, so you don't know. Did he fall in a swamp or something?
Well, and who knows if maybe he was a little lost
Well,
upstairs. In those days, 70 in that time period, that's pretty elderly.
I know that's getting up there, but they said that he was in good health, and they didn't say anything about that. They thought he would maybe had some dementia or had just.
Or maybe it was foul play. Maybe road bandits took him out.
Well, it didn't sound like he was carrying a lot of money or anything. So it's just one of those mysteries.
Wow, a Trempealeau County mystery.
So you'll have to look and see what your relationship would be to this guy.
I will.
Yeah.
I will find that out.
Yeah, it's what a shame. I mean, they said he'd been born in Poland and came to this country, and then he
One day,
disappears.
He just disappeared.
Yeah.
Wow.
So I guess we have to kind of leave it at that. One of the unsolved mysteries of Trempealeau County. But I have to admit, I never thought of the angle that he got eaten by a wild animal.
Well, right? I mean, or, he could have been crossing a pasture and an angry bull took care of him and then somebody was ashamed and covered it up.
She's got a fertile mind, doesn't
It's a
she?
conspiracy. We will find out.
Yeah, if you have any information about Edward Jelen, get a hold of us.
Yeah. Send us an email or call down to the studio.
Yeah.
I'll talk to my sister. She's got more knowledge on the family history, and she keeps it all straight. And so we will find out, and then we'll fill you back in on the next edition of
The History Files.
A true mystery.
It is.
Yes. That is pretty incredible, isn't it, Zip? You did so good this episode.
I would have found him. Yes, I would have.
Yes. Good girl. Oh, look at you. Oh.